This week I want to take you to the most amazing river I found in Japan. But first I need to fit out Mori, my new Suzuki Every camper van. My visitors who came to visit me from Australia bought me this beautiful June awning. I'm keen to get it up on the roof rack so I've got some shade when I'm out in Mori. The only trouble is I don't know how to set it up, so we're going to make a little trip to the river and they're going to show me how to do it. But before we go to the river, we're headed off to the hardware store and we're going to start trying to fit out this camper van. I have a few ideas of what I think it should look like, but I really don't know if it's going to work with the van. My two visitors actually love van life and they both often go vanning together as a hobby. And they've both done their own individual fit outs on their vans, so they're the best people for the job. One of the things I really love about Japan is you can buy a magazine on just about every topic. And I've found a magazine on the Suzuki Every and all the different modifications that people have done to their vans. I'm going to use this as the base of the inspiration, but the rest we're just going to have to sort of work out as we go along to try and make things fit and do the best we can. The design that I like the most has a bed lounge combo with a tabletop to be able to do work at. I also want to be able to fit in a fridge and also a power pack with solar panels. To make life easy and to help the designing process, I've gone and bought a camping fridge from the local hardware store. So basically it was pretty easy to start with. We laid down some felt and cut around the shape of the car because nothing is exactly square. From there we were able to fashion the plywood to make the floor or the base of the camper. Because this Suzuki Every is designed as a strong work vehicle, it comes with two big bolt holes on either side in the back, which makes it absolutely perfect to screw into the car without having to drill holes anywhere. While the guys were busy putting the bed frame and the table frame together, I got a cheap mattress which I bought at the hardware store, and now I'm cutting it down to the exact size of the bed. And this was the best way to get a nice firm mattress / lounge that was going to fit perfect. I'm just roughly sewing the covers together, but I will get this professionally covered by a seamstress. I haven't quite decided on the interior color scheme just yet. Of course, Millie has to help out in some way. She's been crying her eyes out wanting to come into the garage, but it's just been too dangerous to have her out there, so I've moved into the kitchen to sew these covers up so she can be part of the action. Gosh, sewing certainly isn't my strongest skill set, but I'm doing my best. It's just a rough job for now. But it's nice to be sitting here in the air conditioning. It's like 36, 37 degrees out in the garage. So I keep saying to the guys, won't be long and we're going to go for a nice swim in a beautiful river in the mountains. So we're all just hanging on for that swim. To be honest, I really wanted to be involved as much as possible in this van build, but some parts of this were just a bit too complicated for me. So the guys have kindly let me put in the final screws in the bed so I can feel like I've contributed in some way to my own van build, which was very, very kind of them. So we've done as much as we can today with the stuff that we have. So we're going to go and celebrate now and have a lovely drive up into the countryside and go to that river that I've been dying to jump into. So this adventure is not just to cool down, but I also need to learn how to pull the awning out by myself. So we're going to have a couple of goes at putting it out and putting it back in again so that I know how to do it when I'm camping on my own. So we're off up the mountains to Aritagawa Auto camping site, and you can stay here overnight or you can do a day trip here as well. So we just happen to be here at Obon Yasumi, so it's a holiday period and it's a little bit more crowded than what it normally would be. So normally you'd have pretty much this whole place to yourself. So I'm filming the guys pulling out the awning so I can watch through all the steps back again and try and remember how to do it. It doesn't actually look all that complicated, so I'm pretty sure I'll be fine on my own, but time will tell. They really did make the whole thing look super easy, but I guess there's 2 of them and that's a bit different to trying to do it on your own. I also got a chance to test out the fridge using the cigarette plug in the car because my power supply hasn't arrived yet, and that worked fine. The water in the fridge was perfectly cold. From Wakayama, Aritagawa Auto campsite was only about a 1-hour drive on the regular roads. We didn't bother taking tolls or anything on our way there. So it was quite a cruisy drive from Wakayama City, and we've had a bit of a break and we're ready to test out this water. I heard that the mountain water can be quite cold, which is just what we're after. Initially it was a bit of a shock to the system, but I have to say once you're in, it was absolutely divine. This river swimming, you just can't beat it. The water is so refreshing, and I'm sure it must have some kind of magic mineral properties inside it because my skin just felt so soft afterwards. I've been dreaming about floating in the river ever since summer started. This place is absolutely magical, and I just have to pinch myself because I can't believe it's real. If you're ever coming to Wakayama, I really do recommend hiring a car and exploring some of these places. These auto camps and river swims, they're just magical. This is just one of probably many places that are hidden away in the mountains. This area is also known for growing sansho, which is a Japanese original herb and spice. It's a little bit like a pepper and it's absolutely divine. There's a onsen near here called Shimizu Onsen, and they do the most amazing pasta which is based on this sansho pepper. We had a good look around the newly built Shimizu Onsen and then headed into the restaurant to try the pepperoncini, which has the sansho pepper. It was just as delicious as we expected and couldn't help ourselves but bought some of the sansho pepper to take home. Another unexpected surprise was the delicious beer that they served, which is from a brewery called Blue Wood, and they said it was on our way home, so we decided to pop in there on the way home. Shimizu Onsen で、ここのビール飲んだんですけど、ブルーウッドですよね。そうです。ここですか。ああ、美味しかったです。買いに来ました。ありがとうございます。They had a lot of different flavors and some really cute labels, so we decided to get one of each to try once we got home. 清水温泉以外で買えるところありますか？
この近くだったら、有田っ子って言って農産物の売っているところがあるんですが、温泉へ行ってきたんですか？
そう、今帰る途中。Do you want to learn Japanese the correct way from the beginning? I'm a qualified Japanese high school teacher, and I teach foundational Japanese using the method that was taught to me when I lived here in Japan. The course consists of guided video lessons, a fun learning app, and a workbook that you can print out and keep and go back and revise as many times as you like. Check out the website today at www.chanijapan.com. I'd love to have you on board. So we've been re-energized now and we're ready to get back into this van build to finish off as much as we can before my visitors have to return home to Australia. So the main build part of the van is finished now, and I have a table, a bed and a shelf, and the rest is really going to be up to me to decorate it, add some storage and make it into my own. I was originally going to put down some flooring on the base of this car, But I've found these hard carpet tiles, carpet squares actually, and they seem to fit a lot better, and they're covering all the gaps and uneven parts of the floor probably a bit better than a lino product would. So I'm going to go with these carpet squares for now. The best bit of this design is everything on top of the back seats is removable, so those back seats can easily be used when I have more than one visitor coming to stay with me. And that's what I really wanted, to be able to have my car and use it as a car, but also use it as a camper when I wanted to go camping. Finally, my Blue Eddy power supply and solar panels has arrived from Amazon. I was waiting a couple of days for this because of the earthquake threat. All the deliveries seemed to get pushed back and delayed, but I'm so happy to be able to have my own power supply. And when I brought it into the house, it was really funny to watch, but I plugged it in to charge it up, and Millie just took ownership of this little thing. She would not stop putting her paw on it and displaying ownership. If anyone went near it, she tried to attack them. It was really funny to watch. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you again next week. See ya!